Well, a guy has found himself in the jungle of Tennessee with this 1977 Ford Thunder Eagle, Thunderhawk. No, those would have been a better name. It's a Thunderbird. And I bought this car completely sight unseen. In fact, it was through a digital text message with my friend who was making the deal with some other random guy. I never even saw a picture of the thing, but I was sold when they said dual exhaust with chrome tips and American racing wheels. I said, yeah, I guess I need that in my life. The only thing I know about the car is whatever the mileage is, supposedly it hasn't rolled over and it's relatively low. And that it's been parked for over 20 years. And being I know absolutely nothing about Thunder Turds, I thought, well, let's see if we can get this thing fired up, crawl it out of this valley, and drive it 220 miles back home. Seems fine. Now, even if it runs, we're not getting out of here, are we? Great. Well, we got to catch you up. A little backstory or history on this vehicle, and that's really what I like about these rigs and what draws me to them is the history on them. So the story goes, some good old boy had this thing. He bought it brand and new, which means if I can figure out how to get this titled, I'm the second owner of this 77 Thunder Turd, I'll have you know. And he cherished the thing and loved it and hopped it up and hot rodded it supposedly and did some personal touches. And I don't know if it was either he passed away or he got too old to drive. I think he got too old to drive and they tucked it in his garage. And I think he later passed, most likely in the home or something like that. Anywho, long story short, made the purchase, but we had to get it out of that garage right away. So I called my friend Chad, not Chad or the other Chad or Iowa Chad or Beetle Chad or the Chad, but Chad, and said, hey, this is your fault, so help me out, because I don't remember what state I was in at the time, but I didn't have the ability to snag it. So he went and got it, picked it up, and it ended up here on my property in North Tennessee, which is where I spend all my free time gold panning. I'll have you know I've never gold panned in Tennessee. I don't have any free time. This is just where we store some cars. So it's been sitting here for some obscure amount of time. I don't know, okay? And it's been off the road allegedly 20 plus some years, and we're gonna try to figure that out. Now, 77 birds are 7th generation. That's easy to remember because 77, 7th, and they only ran them for 2 years. So if you do maths, that's 77 to 79. It feels like I'm saying 77 a lot. In 77, they only made 318,000 and change of these. That's a lot, actually. So they're not unique, they're not rare, they're not collectible. They're kind of like belly buttons. Everyone's got one. You know, the only thing you could really change on these is the color or the engine. Because Ford, and depending on what day it was built, who was on the line that day, hey, a blue V8, boom. It could have been a 302 or 2 variants of a 351 or maybe the 400. You know, who knows. But styling wise, I know you're looking at this thing. Yeah, it's a luxury 2-door car. It'd kind of be like if a Mercury Cougar and a Ford Elite went to the Sneak Creek Saloon for karaoke and wings. Bam! You'd end up with this cute little hot rod with an opera window and super ugly bumpers. But you know, that's the era. Boats and things like vacuum operated headlight covers that won't work. But the interior's nice on these that I can recall, and the gauges are very Chrysler-esque. So they have some touches here and there. They were doing what they could. It's kind of like a hacked up LTD. I don't know. I really don't know much about them. So anyway, let's walk around this, figure out what we actually have. We'll probably start in the trunk. I'd like to start there, see if we have any engine parts, you know, the transmission, whatever, kind of give us some history on the vehicle. Then we'll jump in the cabin, look for some more clues, try to figure out if this thing actually was off the road that long, and then we'll pop the power barn, see what kind of ponies we got under that thing, what flavors we got. And then I think we're gonna have to do this little cattywampus. Tomorrow's the Lord's Day, tire shops are closed. I think we might have to put rubber on this first. I mean, either and or way. This has got to roll onto a trailer, be flat towed home or driven. So we got to take care of the rubber. I can already tell you there's mismatched tires and some are down. We'll do that. And then, I don't know. It needs to run. What are these grapefruit things? They're big. Huh, let's try to eat it. Oh, no, it's dirt. Saw the ignition sticks laying on the dash there. Well, we got both. Whew. I'm gonna leave that door swanging. She's humid. Anyway, got both. Family of fine cars. These are the original sticks, A and B. I'll be dipped. Anyway, back here on the business end, or the end of business end, if you're unlucky, of the T-Bird here. Let's crack this puppy open. Let's see what we got. A lot of heat, it's moist. It immediately went into my gums. Oh, there's carpet, that's why. Oh, we got stuff though. Why? Why in the trunk? Whew. So we got some things, but I don't see like a fuel make it happener, a water pump, transmission parts. So that's a good sign. So the obvious is like old carpeting out of a apartment or something. I just moved the spare tire. Oh, all right. We got an accelerator pump to a Motorcraft 2 barrel. I don't know if it's been replaced or this was supposed to be the replacement. We've got a mirror. I should keep that actually. Well, why would the manual, 1977 owner maintenance and light repair manual book. Might need that. Hose clamp. We've got 2 different fuel make it happen or fill trays. Oh wow. Okay, I just poured a bunch of rust. Look at that. So the fuel tank's in really good shape. All right, noted. A lag bolt, a custom vacuum cap. Okay. Plastic. This means it's got electrical issues. This goes under the dash. Noted. It's like a Tupperware lid or something. Oh, it's got a moonroof. I bet that's what this is. It goes on the inside. Huh. All right. We got valve cover gasket, so it leaks oil. I don't know if this goes to this vehicle or not. I'm not much of a Ford guy. A 400 modified or a 351 Cleveland has 8 valve cover bolts. This has 6, which means it's a 351 Windsor or a 302. My bet's on a 302. But these are fresh. No. No, they're not. Okay, and then we got like a tractor jump seat. Or maybe they watch sports games or something. Hockey foos. I don't know. Oh yeah, I could see that. Home pucks! No, that's very uncomfortable. And what else we got? Lots of mouse stuff. Receipt. AutoZone. Powell, Michigan. I'm not familiar with that area. It says vehicle 1977 Ford Thunderbird, which means they were a member or whatever. Brake pads front. Okay, all right, I like that. She's got disc-laters. Non-asbestos organic, of course. California compliant, sure. Carbon metal something. Carbon metal Z-rated, $96. I bet that's rotors. Pads and rotors? We might got brakes. No, maybe. I don't know. If the cylinder is up. Wheel bearings for the front. Timkins. Inners and outers and the seals. Where's the date on this? This would date the vehicle. Ah, Friday, April 29th, 2005. So this is, in fact, 20 years old. I'll be dipped. Okay, we might find more in the car to back that up. Oh, the light bulb holder just fell out. Let me put that back. Fixed. So nothing super interesting back here other than a few different issues. Carburetor issues, leaks oil, electrical issues, headliner's bad, and then watch sports foosballs. Got it. Oh, look at the roof. No, come on. Guy was just working his way towards the broken door panel interior when I hooked the peepers on this. The eagle flies. They even got the stars and the bars in the lettering. So the old timer did hop her up, paint looks wise. The old poles are kind of worn out, but it's there. Huh. It's got quite a few stickers here and there. Let's walk around this thing actually, drink it all up. Now guys, just overly excited to see the whole rig. The front, I mean, you could tell it was garage, right? Like the front end, the bumper's in great shape, the lenses are in it. I think these have doors. Yep. I'm sure those won't work, but we'll try to monkey with it. It's got the American racing wheels on it. Gotta have them. And some old hand cookasses that are just completely shot. All the way rotted. From experience, we could get about 78 miles. Maybe 79.34 done. But being a northern car, we got some rocker panel damage, but that's not bad. I don't think it was driven in the winter a lot. This is babied for a northern car. All the salt up there and everything. Stepping around mud and all sorts of debris. We got a late start today. There was a real wild storm that came through. 60-mile-an-hour winds, hail, bunch of rain. But we'll see what we can get done today still. We got Futuras equally. Well, we could probably get another 70,000 out of these. Look at the tread on them. Wrong size tire. I think this was just put on to move or something. Got some bubblage. We'll ignore that. This is for speed. It's weight reduction. You know. Inner wheelhouses aren't bad though. Quite honestly. This could be a lot worse. It's not. Look at the old wax on this. Look at that. That's wild. It's like a root beer color that's terrible. I don't know if it's been painted or not, but it's like a dullish, not very gooderish finish. I don't think it's been painted. We'll try to figure that out, but whoever put the wax on last was in quite some of a hurry. I do like the back glass. It's got kind of a to it. And then of course you got the iconic side glass, sail panel glass, and an opera window. Which, why didn't they take this up to here? Yeah, I don't know. It would have looked It would have looked maybe more gooder. Rear bumper hasn't been ran into yet. There's the tips. I don't know if it's got gyps on it or not. But we got tipilators. So that's 14 bucks at least. Tail lenses aren't knocked out. Thank goodness, because those are cheap. You know. Here's some more of that really good wax job around the Thunderbird emblem. Not a ton of rust over here. Same typical bubbling. Some down here. Old school Goodyears. The font slightly changed. These are old. Eagles, STs. Look at that. When's the last time you saw that on a tire? Yep. I don't even know how those are holding wind. Caps on it. Good thing we got a cap on the bad gas tank. We'll get to the interior in a minute. There's parts laying around. That's a good sign. Front tire's down, low on wind. We got matching wheels though. So that's good. Similar rust configuration. Not terrible. A little bit on the bottoms. Actually, this fender might have escaped. It's just the rockers. Maybe they weren't dipped the same. Hood's in pretty good shape. I don't think it's ever been hailed on. Like I said, it came out of a garage, so glass is in good shape. Side glass is in good shape. It's probably my fault if the headliner's ruined. Someone chopped in a moonroof, and I'm sure that leaked, but it's only leaked on my watch, and I feel terrible about that. But I didn't cut that in, for Pete's sake. So, basically we've got an old Thunderbird with American racing mismatched tires, dual exhaust, some lettering. Oh, I did see this. Some sort of fog light or something. Not really sure what that does or what it means, but sure. Cool parking lights, ambiance, drive-in theater lighting. Why the triple? I don't know if that came with that or what the deal is, but customized. That's our rig. Let's go ahead and jump in the interior, see what we got going on there. Let's dip our toe. Shouldn't be too bad. Door's been open a few minutes here. Yeah! Oh, the interior is pretty good. Goodly. Oh, what is that? Okay. Whoa. Once you dig through the humidity and must, there's a VHS tape full of seashell smell. It's refreshing yet kind of depressing. It's like the party you never got invited to. What happened? How did we get here? Why is there a trash bag hanging out of the roof? Kind of thing. Or maybe it's just this. Okay. All right, well, let's take a look in here. There's seats. No. Back seat. It's real good. Yep. Ooh, it's an AC car. Nice. Probably won't work. So as you approach this vehicle, obviously it yells Ford luxury. You know, the Italian pleather, the plastic walnut trim, stuff like that. This is cracked, the armrest, right in this region. Don't worry about that. It's got power windows. Got some 3x3s in here ripping. Seats are actually in really good shape. That says low miles. The carpet not being destroyed here. It says low miles. The sill plate isn't tore up. The armrest, well, it's gone. So I guess that yells high miles. So does the wrap steering wheel. Although it could mean I'm trying to preserve on it. Under there, that looks low. Let's take a look at the pedals and just see if we can figure out miles before we even look. This thing, the old emergency brake, well, guys never had an emergency. That thing is brand new. But this is interesting. I'm seeing we got a lot of wear up here. So it's a left foot breaker, but also a ton of wear over here. So double footer driver upper. Must have drove with one foot early on. Started moving to a left foot. Throttle pedal is pretty newish looking. What is this? Oh, I think it used to have a manual choke. I'm not sure what happened to that. It might be broke. Oh, just noticed this too. That's probably not. Oh, that is a factory option. That's to let moisture and wind out of the structure of the car. Okay, let me jump in and we'll keep looking. So being completely honest, sitting in the car, it's comfortable. There's not a ton of headroom, but the seats are nice. It's got a full split bench with dual armrests. Who would have thought? We've got some dummy lights with a mix of gauges. They did a pretty good job though. It's kind of Dodge Challenger-esque. It's in your face, but classy. The fake walnut really sets it off. But the interior is not too bad. I mean, headliner's saggy, ripping here and there. There's creatures pecking at my head, but other than that, it's pretty good. So here's our dash setup. We got a big vent. We've got turn signal alternate route maybe. It's probably got GPS or something. Fuel gauge, high beams, maybe a shut it down light. We got a speedometer that rips all the way to 85. Oh, here we go, 60,530 miles. Allegedly, that is supposed to be accurate. And I don't know. I mean, the panels are nice. The pedals, the carpet's nice. The seats are nice. The dash, I mean, it was definitely well kept. Not quite sure if I agree that that's original though. I don't know, as we go along here, you guys bleep bloop it. If you were buying this rig and the guy said, this has got 60,000 miles, are you believing it or are you going to pass? You're like, that's 160. I don't think it's 260, but is it 60 or 160? It is a one owner though. I don't know. Bleep blooper down in the comments, let me know. This is pretty rad. Pull synthesizer, it says. Auto reverse ES R11 with the phone on it. Right hand mirror. Oh, look at the pinstriping. Giant clock. 74 vents on the passenger side. This must be for the radio. Oh, there's the armrest. Oh, here you go. There's the pad on the armrest. Okay. Alright, that's just a spider nest or something down there. That just looks like it got broken, quite honestly. There is no wear on that whatsoever. Air cleaner. Let me show you the seat I was talking about. That's nice. Ford did a good job with that. All right, let's jump on the other side. We got completage on this door panel. Oh, look at the set of the, I guess it would have been a mirror. You got a passenger ashtray. Luxury. Performance. Again, nowhere. This plastic is all together. It's kind kind of weird. Some sort of sulfur reaction with that one or something. What is the 2x4 for? So, anyway, here's the air cleaner. Maybe we got a hopped up unit in there. That looks like a lot of backfires and potentially a fire. It's like an old Mr. Gasket or something. Look at the seat. Wow. Look at the back seat. We got some saggage. There's some compost falling out of that one. That's been on fire. This leaks, but I got the plastic for it. It's in the trunk. Don't worry about it. See if we can find some more paperwork. Oh, we're missing a hubcap later. Wow, there's nothing in here. What's this? Oh, fuel pump receipt. So it's got a fuel pump and front brakes. I like that. It's two things we normally have to change. That is it. Here's where that no, I think the plastic goes on that side. Actually, I'm positive it does because there's a perforation for the light, dome light. Huh. Pretty clean car. It's just been sitting. Needs some love. Boy, my allergies are just wicking up something fierce. Ooh, what is that in the back? We got Pioneer 6x9s. I can't sell this car now. Warren G would be so proud. It's got boom booms. 6x9s with the tape deck. American Racing wheels. Decent interior. What is happening? Okay, let's get into the power barn. Let's pop the hood on this thing. I'm excited. Rumors are she's hopped up. Who knows? It's probably locked up. I missed a vowel or an adjective or whatever the English language would suggest needs to be there. And then I need to run into town and see if I can find a tire store that's open today. I really think we need to focus on that. Otherwise, we might lose potentially a whole day. Or we just put all the hard work in front of it and just hope it runs. And then do rubber last. I don't know. We are going to need tires, though, to get out of this valley. It is in an inconvenient spot. And I think what happened is it rolled back here. Which would make sense. Boy, the cicadas are out hard. Yeah. Did you know they live on every continent except Antarctica? Did you also know that... Oh, good, it popped. That's my bigger fear than an engine missing is the hood being stuck closed. They can live up to 17 years, but they do all that underground except for the last couple weeks of their life. Oh no, oh good. How do you... There's something in here. Oh, we got chrome. Sweet. That sounds good. AC works. No, we got the bean can, steel me junction, a never spark, a moto junk, a battery that looks like a Lego block. That thing's from 1875. 72 amp charging whirler, not the 90. One original hose clamp. Boy, we got stuff to look at in here. Oh, the hood is shot. That's too bad. Underneath. Top looks good. Bottom's got about 42 months left. Oh, the Thunder Turd logo's on the headlight. I'm getting excited. I gotta walk away and take a breather. Do a wheelie! What was that thing? Hayabusa dirt bike? Huh. He's lost. So this really yells, I care, but I'm over it. I don't really know what I'm looking at, I guess. There's AC stuff. There's the important Ford bean can. There's this thing that has leaked all of its guts onto the fender, I'm sure. Yep. There you go. Every time without fail. Someone has put chrome valve covers on here for some reason. Stock fuel making happener. There's the rest of the bad choke cable. All the belts are on it. Oh, it's got a hot rod. Why is that spinning? That should not be spinning. Oh, it's just really loose. Hot rod direct drive fan. The old finger remover 4000. Extra CFMs. No, they actually proved that Rob's horsepower. She's got a new radiator cap. This is really neat though. Probably the thing I'm most excited about. See if those will work. Master cylinder we're gonna have to replace soon. I mean, it's all here though. Lightning whirlers in it. All the AC stuff. Black's been spray painted. See how it's been Craigslist rebuilt? But then it's covered in mouse droppings and hay and acorns and a Chevy orange blood stick on the shift machine. But at the same time, the cap is still on the AC system. It's very confusing under hood area. Steel me junction's been replaced. You can tell because of the way that it is. Random chunk of hose. Sure. Okay. Let's see if we can figure out what this engine is just by looking at it. And I'm going to feel a whole lot better. Yep. I don't think you guys are going to be able to scan your peepers in here. It is tight. But I can tell you with confidence, this is a 302. I look at the water neck and where the distributor is machined on the block. And basically the easiest way to explain it is the 351 is a taller deck. And the 302, where the distributor sits in, is almost flush with where the intake sits. On a 351, it's taller or higher. There's a lip there. So this is a 302, which is fine. You know, they make 97 horsepower on a Thursday, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna close this up and head into town. We're getting pretty late into the evening. See if I can find a tire store that's gonna be open for a while yet. If I find one, we're gonna bust these off, get rubber on first, probably put them on with 1 or 2 lugs because we're gonna have to dig in the brakes, I'm sure. And then we'll figure out the rest. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Walk right into a web. Well, it is went ahead and be the next day, but I got updates. I can successfully tell you I was unsuccessful finding a tire shop yesterday that late, which also means we're not going to have one today, but we can knuckle down, get a bunch of work done, focus on getting this thing hopefully running and shifting gears, brakes. We'll wait till we're ready to leave, okay? And then early tomorrow, we can get rubber on, normal business day, stuff like that. So we're gonna jump right in and do the usual. Make sure this thing even rotates a full 360 degrees. We don't have crusty rings, bent valve trains, stuck lifters, any of that stuff. And then we'll just start working through it. Spark, fuel, cold snacks. Our spark, fuel, compression. Valve timing's nice. I think this probably has a, oh yeah, this has the hot rod fan, but it's slipping. We might be able to rotate this engine with the fan blade instead of trying to get a ranch dressing down in there. Is that a number 2 pencil? Well, I'll be dipped. Ridge Golf Course. Stuff still got some left. That's a front tackle find. Let's see if we can get this thing turning over. Some of these fans are fragile. You can bend them up pretty easy. Okay, pushing down on the belt. Motor spinning. Okay. Oh, wait, she's tight. Okay. A little out of time. I can hear compression stroke there. Okay, it spun all the way around. That's good news. We got to figure out how to tighten that. Go left, go right pump. That belt's going to be a squealing. I think the guy's going to go on ahead and check some fluids here. Of course, the shift machine's got to be running, but sometimes, yeah, see? It's got juice. Need to take my allergy medicine, apparently. Also smells terribly burnt, so that's fine. We'll ignore that for now. But it has some juice, which means the pan gasket has survived until we fire it up. Then it's probably going to pour everywhere. What's the Earls say? It's about a quart and a quarter low. It's a multi-grade. 1030, lots of gas. Wow. Lots and lots of gas in that. So, someone either tried to start it, flooded it, or she's just tired. But it's got enough Earl in it, we can at least try to fire it up on that. If it does run, sounds okay, it's not knocking on heaven's door or anything like that, we'll change the oil, of course, but I don't want to waste money unless we know this thing runs. What's next? I think we're going to go ahead and put a battery in here. And then we'll twirl on the ignition stick and see, wow, that's been replaced at some point. It's missing the hardware and stuff, but they're both black, like my soul, so that's pretty good. When you wire stuff, make sure it's all the same color, please. It's anti-theft. If they try to steal it, just burn the rig down. No one wins. Anyway, let's put a fresh lightning cube in here. Let's see if the key works, the starter solenoid, the starter. We can check a bunch off the list in one swift movement. Get this old rusty thing out of here. Oh, it's an old reconditioned puppy. R59. I don't know what's going on there. Well, anyway, get on out of here. I got a different one we'll use for it. You know, these Thunder Swans need a particular kind of battery. No, this one just has a go handle. And it was the cheapest one I could find. So, yeah, let's throw this one in here. Looks like it's installed itself nicely there. Boop. Might have to find some hardwares for that. One side. Hardware! Ugh. There we go, that's fixed. Never mind. Well, battery's in. Let's twist on the ignition stick here and see what happens. Hip! Hip! Absolutely nothing. Let's try it again. Hip! There we go. I can't remember. Do we have an oil pressure? No, dummy light. It's cranking. That sounds pretty good, actually. Exhaust is so quiet though. I can't really tell if it's got a gallop or not, but boy, she spins right over with these 540 cranking amps. Okay, should we test spark first or fuel? I know I'm gonna have to rebuild that fuel make it happener. So where do we start? Where do we start? I don't know. Let's procrastinate. What is the easiest, laziest thing to do? So I think what a guy's gonna do is try to reach down in here and disconnect. Oh, we got a Fram filter in here. Yikes. Disconnect the fuel line from the fuel pump. I don't know what's in this tank. The line says, or the gauge says empty. But what's that mean to us? Nothing. Nothing. We don't know what we're pulling in there. I need to get a ratchet. Disconnect that, and I think we're going to start with spark, because they never spark. Well, they never spark. Or they're durable. Usually not the latter. Carry one in your glove box, folks. But we'll go through the lightning hoses and sparkulators and lightning whirler and all that stuff. Let's get some zappy doodabs going, and then we'll break into the fuel make it happener. We'll do a trunk rebuild on that, or if I find a stump or something around here. I don't know, we'll figure it out. This line's been replaced at one point. When? I don't know. Oh. Oh no. Ugh. Old varnish stuff. We got juice. Ugh. And rusty chunks. Great. So before we go tearing into the ignition here, I just like to take a peek and I guess note where number one is, no matter what engine I'm tearing into, just so I have a relative starting point. Now Ford's good at marking the cap with just the number one, but they have a unique firing order. And also their cylinder placements. Instead of one starting over here on the driver's side, one starts here on the passenger side, and then it's not odd or even. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is going to be one right here. And if we follow that, it's going to go to the cap, and there'll be a number one right there. And then this rotates counterclockwise. So that all looks hunky-dory. So now I can just get in here and just start ripping all of this stuff out. We're going to go ahead and get all of the lightning hoses out, the cap and rotor, and the sparkulators, and then we'll read on the sparkulators, get an idea of the health of the engine, what it's doing or not doing, and then we can start testing spark and putting all this stuff back together. Well, the guy's got the ignition stripped out of the car, and it's actually relatively good news. There's some stuff that I figured we would see, like the sulfur buildup inside of the cap. That's just what happens when these rigs sit. It was probably much worse, but when we cranked it over, the rotor knocked a lot of that out of there. It's now sitting in the distributor. Unfortunately, I have to blow that out with my lungs, you know. Apparently that makes wind. Lightning hoses, not bad. There was some cracks, just old stress cracks, stuff like that. The plugs, this is great news. They're all richer than Warren Buffett, don't get me wrong, but they're very, very consistent. I don't see any physical damage. They were all gapped correctly. There was one, it'd be number 8, was oil soaked around the seat, but I think I just did that when we were cranking it over. When rings sit forever, they get gummy and kind of stick. They're not expanding and scraping the cylinder walls like they should when they're operating correctly. So I think that's going to come back around. The oddest thing is number 3 and number 7, both the sparkulators were finger tight, and they're directly opposite. I don't know why, just mistake putting them in or what happened there. It didn't really look like, the wire was on, so it didn't really look like anyone was monkeying with it, but they're both just finger tight in there. I have no clue why that is. So now I think we should get some juice in there. We'll juice the cylinders down a little bit, crank it over again, evacuate all of that, and then we'll put fresh sparkulators in, lightning hoses, cap and rotor, and then we're going to test the spark first, make sure we got a nice hot spark on this, and then we'll tear into that fuel system. So let's juice them up, and we'll go from there. Guys, going to take some PB Blaster, and this is what we use for juicing. Nice thing about these cans is they shoot upside down, so a guy can really get in here. Yeah, drink up, little buddy. Let this soak while we're farting around with everything else. To help break up some of that corrosion on the rings and hopefully unstick them if they are stuck. And give her some lubrication while we're crankalizing on this thing. Works a lot better with straights instead of V8s for the obvious reason. You're spraying it into the back of the bore, but all of it runs down to the bottom edge of the piston or cylinder. There we go. Get rid of this stuff. Go find my new sparkulators and hoses. Get all that laid out. Well, she had Motorcraft lighting staffs, of course, but we want them to work right, so we'll put AC Delcos back in. No, it's what they had on the shelf, so you know, this will work. Well, she's been socializing for quite some time. Time to spin her over. I'm going to hook up the old Lone Wolf 6000. You know, since I'm always alone, this is the easier way to crank this thing over. I can do it right here under the hood. Let's see what kind of mess we got. Whoa. Little 302's got some compression left in her. Ha ha! Almost empty. So if you watch her, you can see what would be the cylinder firing, but we're just seeing the remnants of PB Blaster coming out. It's pretty cool. Give the starter a break. Now we can start putting our new lightning staffs back in. Yep, gap, looks good. I am getting eaten alive out here. It is so humid. My upper lip sweat is the only thing moistening my mouth. Okay, cap, rotors in, lightning hoses. I got the porcelain princes put back in, and while I had the 5/8 on doing that, I went ahead and cut my arms open, stretching the rotten belt out that runs the go left, go right pump, so that's done as well. And then I went ahead and pulled the gasoline atomizer off. Oh, I just dumped rust all over the perfect paint. So we're going to take this old cruddy thing. Oh, wow. Deck stain. And throw it up on the trunk and give her a professional rebuild. We're going to give it a once over. I'm just going to replace the accelerator pump, basically. Clean the jets out, knock some of the junk out of the bowl. Spray some juice through the filter that I don't have a replacement for. We'll probably test the spark, and then we'll throw this back on. And then we're going to see if this thing fires up. We got fuel, we got spark, something should happen. Or a forest fire. That too. Guy's got quite the workbench set up back here. This should work not very well. Good thing is these are about as simple as you can get. I think Fred Flintstone had one of these on his rig. So we'll knock it down, blow her apart, clean her up, blow her back together. Well, the motor junk's rebuilt here, and it ain't perfect. It's good enough to get us home, plausibly, not undeniably. Now it's time to check sparks. So we're going to put the blankety beep boop dippy dauber in there, and this is not necessary. This is for you guys to see what I see, which is spark. You can just ground it out on the engine, valve cover intake, something that's flammable, and then roll her over and see if you got spark. But this way, this should blink and light up if and when we got sparkles in here. And we'll just use the number 1 because I'm lazy and it's easy to reach. Yeah, put that in there. We'll hang this on the dip sticks down here in the shadow. Is the key on? Yep. Let's crank this over, see if we have any spark. Wow, sure enough, we got the lightnings. So let's go ahead and get this bolted back up and reaffixed and plumbed. I am going to replace this rinky-dink thing, get that fixed. And the kickdown was disconnected, some small things like that. Get that all bolted up. And then we got to figure out a fuel system. It's based on what I saw in this, we probably have a tank issue. There was a bunch of sediment in the bowl. The jets were clear, surprisingly, but the screen for the needle was plugged. The power valve was very, very bad. And those are just some indicators that we got quite a bit of junk coming through. We might try the tank. I don't even know what's in it or if there's anything, but we'd put a filter before the pump. And if it fills with junk right away, then we'll move on to a gallon of milk that'll chug, and then we'll fill that with gasoline and throw it in the passenger seat or something. I don't know. You know, we'll figure that out. That's down the road. Let's get the fuel, make it happen, or back on. All right. Let's see if we can get this off here. Boy, and it's not wanting to come off of there. There we go. Maybe? Yes. Yes, indeed. That's... Yep. Hits. All right. This, before I forget, what vacuum leak does that go on? Up here. Yeah. Oh, it's so hot. Woo! Can't see nothing. I think I got it. Okay, there we go. We'll definitely need the kickdown for the smoky burnouts. This will never do. Okay. Well, based on how it shot out juice, it's got compression. All of them seem to be slinging something in the slug. I don't have my digital camera machine with me. We know we have spark. This thing should pass some resemblance of fuel. So in theory, there is nothing preventing this motor from firing here in about 3 minutes. Oh, a little longer than that. I got to hook the fuel system up. I got some bad gas / water in a jug here. Or I wonder if we should just try the tank. I don't know. Try the tank. I should run to town, get some fuel, and then, you know, that stuff. Yep. Yeah. Went to town, got some gasolina and a jug because we might need it anyway. We're gonna go straight to the tank to see what happens. I don't know. It's the least issue of the evils, and wasting time. We spend more time. How do you run this? Well, for Pete, we'll probably set up a temporary fuel system with this. Okay, I do want to use the tank, or try to. It'd be nice to have the capacitors. I just have to figure out how to use a modern gas jug. Okay. I think we got it. There we go. That was easy. And if this doesn't work, then we'll just use a jug or something, run some line through the winder like we've done 597 times minimum. See what happens. But if this does work, then we're golden. I got a filtre too, you know, a 33003 Wicks. We'll throw that in line before the pump, so if it does start sucking a bunch of crud, it's not going to gum up the pump. Now, from experience doing this, 23.4 years, there's a 98.64% chance of failing. 20 plus years is a long time to sit. The pickup screen's probably plugged or broken off. I don't know. This seems to be very well kept though. And maybe, well, what did we say earlier? 60,000 miles? Wouldn't that be wild? Let's see what happens. I forgot to poke a hole in this to breathe. Skeeters is out. So I'll just take this guy here, little chunk of line, and plug it into the existing line and then to the line of the tank, and this will catch any garbly gook on its way to the brand new moto junk up here. No, but it might work ish. Let me get that done quick. We're close to firing this up, maybe. So there's that filter, nice and easy to reach, and we can monitor it and see what it's going to do, or not do, I guess. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and prime the fuel make it happener now. We'll fill the bowl up, so when we hit the key, we know we have spark. It should pull fuel. Boom. It should bark off and make some sort of noise. Going to use some premix fuel here. Got a little 2-stroke oil in her, and that'll lubricate our needle and seat that hasn't seen any liquid yet. Piston ring, cylinder walls, just a little bit easier on the old thing coming back around after such a long nap. This does run. We're still not out of the woods. We need a shift machine. We need brakes. I haven't even cracked the master cylinder. I like to wait until last for that, because they're so fun, you know, and all that stuff. Are we ready? Is the key still on? Yep, battery's dead. Good. Hip, 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 step. Ah. Okay, I can take this out of here, I guess. We checked the oil already. We know it's got spark. Amazingly, the never sparking, which I can't explain that. Some sort of phenomena with the ground here, apparently. Oh, getting ahead of ourselves. We need a little chunk betwixt the fuel make it happener and the line from the pump. Ooh, that coil is hot. Let's go ahead and turn the key off, let that cool down. And I'll get a little piece of fuel line in here, and then we'll hit her. Blinky boop bop, light tester's out, and replace that line up here. So we got a new piece of line in there. This is still really hot. I'm gonna wait just a couple minutes, and then we'll crank this thing over. We're primed, ready to rock. Hopefully this thing fires up for the first time in 20 plus years. Okay, key back on. Yep. Hopefully the battery's still got some juice on her. All right, bring the thunder. Maybe. Come on. I got a little excited on the lone wolf. It started firing. Come on. It's trying. It ain't pumping fuel. Give her a couple shots, maybe. Boy, it wants to-ish. Come on. It's so close. I don't think it's even smoking yet. Oh, it is. Never mind. Okay, so we don't have an exhaust restriction. Come on. I was almost running there. Moses, sandals! Timing out of whack. There it goes, kind of ish. All right, all right. Yes! Boy, I think the timing is really not up to par, but both tailpipes are open. It's running, it's smoking. Man alive. Trimmed my arm hair pretty good there. Look at it idle already. Oh, it is not happy. It's starting to pull fuel. That doesn't look too cruddy. Boy, it is. What is going on here? You had a vacuum leak? I know the firing order's right. Oh, just broke the kick down. Oh, just fixed the kick down. Bad shake to it. The valve train sounds good though. It's just like it's not hitting on all the... What is that noise? Oh, it's a water pump. I don't even think we looked at the ice cube juice. Oops. Well, it's got some juice in it. Oh, I wonder if it might be the... it's the steering machine. It's trying to pump fuel. It's like in and out, in and out, in and out. starting to burn off the manifolds. Yes! We might got some wheels to get us home. Pioneer speakers bumping and the sunroof leaking. There we go. She's a runner. Gonna let it sit here and shake itself to death for 15-20 minutes. I'm gonna leave this cap off actually. See if the thermostat opens. We want to make sure the head gaskets come around, the rear main seal, you know, all the gaskety things, new gaskety things. We got to make sure the soup can doesn't fall off the fender, whatever that does. But we're gonna have to sit down and figure out this violent shake this thing's got. It's not, it's like it's firing on 6 or 7 or something. It's kind of weird, I don't know. It quit. Gotta do some tunage. See if we can get it to come around a little bit. I can't see nothing. There's a socket in my pocket. That rhymed. Well, I'm gonna have to get some power steering or transfer or something for this pump. Boy, it is not happy off idle. Vacuum advance might be not vacuuming. Does this even have vacuum advance? Oh yeah. And that's hooked up. Why you didn't have vacuum on that force? Boy, this thing is shaking. Goodness gracious. Put a little timing in her. Better-ish. It is better-ish. Huh. Well, my back hurts, so I'm gonna walk away and We're gonna let it sit here and run a while. How's that sound? Good. I'm glad we agree. Foamy. Still smells burnt. Perfect. We're gonna leave that alone. Oh, is that a cypress tree? Well, I think we still have a fuel delivery issue, although I see it in the filter. I don't think we're getting enough. Hold it here, and then it'll quit. Okay. And then it'll pick up. And then it'll pick up. Sometimes. I think that's a lane pop. So, it could maybe be the fill tray on the fuel make it happener, which I poured a bunch of stuff out of, and you saw the last one we got out of the trunk. I don't have one of those on my persons. As much as I wish I did. If that doesn't work, we got to move to some sort of engineered fuel tank. But before then, let's make sure it shifts. Because then I can look forward to doing brakes and all of that stuff. So let's get it fired up again, idle it, and we'll just grab a gear. It's got juice in it. The shift machine. Oh boy. There we go, ish. And let's see if this thing's got gears. We'll go from there. Guy's gonna hook the key back up because it's most likely gonna quit 37 times. All right, reverse. Yep. Didn't quit, wow. Neutral. My bad. Drive. Yep. Well, that is weird. Drive. Barely has power to pull it. Huh. I'm gonna shut it off. Well, it's got a transmission. She ain't a running hot. I've verified the timing order multiple times. I'm gonna look for vacuum leaks for a while, snoop around a little bit, but I think that's probably gonna do her for today. Tomorrow we gotta do tires, regardless. We should probably change the oil, and then we gotta figure out why it doesn't run very good. Some would say the problem's circled, but on this one, I don't think that's the case. No. Well, that's the way she goes sometimes. Get a nice crisp snap out of them. Well, I got updates. Here's where I'm at. Just took all the lightning hoses off and put them back on just to make sure. You know, it's late enough in the year. Could a guy have made a mistake? No, Nems was right. But I did find this, which I kind of fixed-ish. There's a log back here, like a vacuum log, coming off of this snort tube that does nothing with the diaphragm. And there was like 74 vacuum leaks back there. So I started taking trim screws off of the front and all sorts of places, jammed them in the hoses and stuffed them in. I also found bent air fuel mixture screws. I did not clean those when I did the professional car rebuild on a trunk. Well, I took them out, cleaned them, put them back in. Last thing I want to do real quick is this filter on the front. It's shiny, it looks goodish. I bet it's not. If you remember when we dug through the trunk there was one or two of them full of crud, just dumped rust and everything out. I bet you 99.72% chance that one's plugged up too. So let's rip that off, put a different one in, we'll fire it back up and see if that makes a difference. Well, obviously the vacuum leak's gonna make a big difference, but the plugged filtre, let me go get one. Take this hose clampizer off. You gotta keep one of these whirly doodabbers up in the front pocket find area. Okay, all right. It's being pretty jovial here. Okay, and then you need a channel lock, metric. Yeah, there we go. All right, yep, okay, sure. Well, there is a chance, about 36.42%, that the new filtre we got is going to be a different length. The one I'm taking off looks like a Motor Junk brand. Of course, we're going to run a Wix. Oh yeah. Oh, I should have. Darn it. Well, I just dumped it all in the frame rail. This is poured rust and rot and all sorts of stuff. She was plugged. Dun, 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 dun. It's different lengths, but not by much. And then we'll hit her with some gasoila. Thread tape. This is impervious to gasoline, natural gas, diesel fuel, oil, solvents, potable water, and most chemicals. It meets MIL specific AA-58092 or T-27730A, if you know what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and hit this with some tape. Whoop-a-cha! Okay. Soggy around here. The rain keeps a coming and going and coming and going. I hide, I unhide, I rehide. I think we're okay on the lengths. Okay, right before it strips. Boom. Bada bing. Twisty doo-dabber. Grab the hind feet, pull it through, knot. Done. Okay, now that we got all that dolled up, let's give her another rip. Hop! Hop! Maybe? There we go. Yes. Way more smooth. Little stumble, little hesitation, but she's got to come around. But boy, it ain't backfiring through the fuel making happen or no more. All right. Yes. Good running little 302. We got jips and tips. We had a downed cicada. If you've never seen these things, they are crazy looking creatures. You all right, little buddy? Well, now that we know she positively runs and quite possibly could play cassettes, I think it's time we change on the Earl on this thing. So I'm going to jack up the front, get the front hooves a dangling, And we're gonna hit a bird with 9 stones and go ahead and drop that Earl. Bust off the front tires, drive around for 42 hours trying to find someone to change tires and get them on, and then we'll move to the rear. Once them are barely bolted back on, we'll check the brakes and then we'll camp out here for a week. Okay, that sounds like a plan. Yep, get your motor running. Park down by a river. Oh, find lots of mud, yeah. Oh boy, she's thinking. Ah, the ants. The ants is everywhere. We gotta go way back. Oh! What does that say? Class of 77. All right, I'll show you that in a minute, but I'm stuck in. I gotta get the jacking. While I'm under here, I'll never get back up. This is just gonna go on the ground, isn't it? Here in the jungles of Tennessee, we measure rain by feet, apparently. That's all it's done. Rain, rain, rain. Oh, I should have maybe figured out how to put some wood under there. Ah! Ah! Stay there. Well, ain't that slicker than goose poop on a pump handle? Class of 77, way down yonder, where no one can see it. That's where you want to put that. Okay. Ford was really good at putting their drain plugs right where the cross member is. Pretty much every model. Here we go. These are rapidly sinking. Repito! We're going to let this drain. I'm going to get this Fram out of here as quickly as possible. Get a Wix up in here. Put this plug back in. And then we'll jack the front end up a little bit more to get the tires off. Put Earl in. Then we're on a mission to get new tires on. These are shocked. Come on, Filtry. Come on now. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, I dropped it face up. Yep, meant to do that. That's years of experience showing right there. Got to be careful with these poorly made junk filters. Picked it off the ground and noticed the foam O-ring, the part that actually seals the canister to your block, is missing. No surprise. There it is. Stuck to the block. Ugh, get out of here. Got this one lubricated. Slide it on in. Can't get much in it, you know, because it's mounted at an angle. But it's nice to pour a little in there. It's gonna be a dry run for a few seconds. Can't see nothing. There we go. Okay. Do I have a finial? Probably not. Perfect. Oh, time for Earls. Can't help but notice O'Reilly is starting to carry the old Valvoline VR1 more. This is a great racing and classic car oil. It's got all the vitamins and dinosaurs a guy needs. This is 2050, more importantly. We got a dummy light on this thing. We're going to build some oil pieces for certain. Throw this in here. No need to waste money on any other additives or stuff. This has got our 5 quarts. It's got the zincs. We're good to rock. Bam! 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 Let's fire this now with fresh oil and let it chew for a minute. Bam! Look at that thing. Does this even smoke? faintly. Very faintly. Gonna be cruising in the lap of luxury here. Well, you know, if it shifts and everything else works. Okay. While this is settling in, let's bust these front tires off. We do have a stuck lifter in here, listen. May. You know, that may come back around. We're gonna have to wait and see. I do have some tricks up a guy's short sleeve that might help bring that around, but the biggest thing that it needs is a heat cycle. Warm that oil up, pump that lifter up, see if we get the sludge and stuff out. This thing's been sitting for 2 decades, you know, so just be patient. Let's knock these tires off and then we'll head to town. Sounds like a 6.2 diesel. Yeah, yeah. Wow, they're bigger than 1316s. I knew that. I don't know if this little guy's gonna have the gumption. Oh, it did. It did. All right. Okay. I stand corrected. Guess you don't need the 17,000 pound torque wrist runner. Boy, that's not sounding very good. Engine wise. You hear that thing? Is it a Hummer running or a Ford LTY? We got dinner plate brakes. Oh yeah, they did replace all this right before it was parked. Wow. Boy, wouldn't that be great if we had brakes? Yep, that's either a wrist pin or a lifter. Probably why it was parked. Well, I went ahead and shut that thing down actually. Let's just save on it, okay? We gotta start going south at some point. So let's save on the engine. Let's run these into town. See if someone can help us out. And then we'll drop the front down and then we'll go on the rear. But look at this, we found those receipts and sure enough, it's had new bearings. You can tell by the bearing grease. These look new, they're just rusted from sitting. And pads are new. This looks like it was replaced at the same time. Boy, it'd be great if we just hit the brake pedal and it worked. But we're gonna wait, because you know how that's gonna go. If anything, based on what I'm seeing here, we're gonna blow the line from the master cylinder to the rear axle, and that'll drop all of our juice out. It's even got some newerish, back then-ish looking shock-ish sticker still there. Gabriel Skyjacker Hawk 200s. No, I don't know what those are, but it looks like it was replaced around the same time. Well, since the nearest tire shop I could find to help was 97 light years away, a guy went full danger zone. We've got 2 sinking jack stands in the front and a sinking jack in the back. Look at those big old performance drums. Anyway, I got them mounted. Let's get them back on. All right, so in the rear, oh yeah, look at that. Guy went with 265 50/15s Galaxy R1. I don't know, it was the cheapest I could find basically on the interwebs. Here they are. Notice we're not going to look at the rear brakes whatsoever. I think I'm going to go ahead and even put all 5 localizers back on. Oh, we got an open diff apparently. That's fine. You want that on luxury cars. These wheels are pretty timeless. I had a set of these but chrome in high school. I think they were they 10 wide or 12 wide in the rear? And I think 6 is in the front. It's on a Camaro. that's never coming off. Remember when we go to fix the brake back here that we cross-threaded that one? Very bad. Let me get the other rear one on, then I'll show you the front assist. Oh, I got a tick, don't I? I think so. We'll let it ride for a minute till it gets fatter. Easier to pull off with the plier. Yeah, and then of course here on the front, we're going with bag and littles. Ouch, don't sit on that. Is, what is this? 215, 60, 15. Look at that. Looks like she's pulling a wheelie, just like it's gonna do never from now. Yep, why is it so far away? So anyway, get these bolted up. We'll fire it back up. I think it's about time. We gotta see if this thing shifts. You know, gears. Gears would be nice. I think I'm missing a center cap. That's pretty tragic, but we might make it. This side looked just as goodly as far as new brake hardware and burns. Looks like this car was painted. There's a lot of overspray in here. So someone intentionally picked this root beer color. I know. But listen, in the house I grew up in, the countertops were orange. Remember those days? Everything was orange and green and brown and anything but normal life colors, basically. Ooh. Drag's good, but it's turning. That's a good sign. Rear's rotated too. They just need to bite, dig their way out of there again. Like, well, that'll come in a little bit. I'll see my out, you know, huh? All right, let's get her back down on the paws. Nice. You know, Ford fan or not, you've got to admit that profile is pretty good. Kind of made her look a little meaner than she is. Giving her some bark with the opera windows and 86 horsepower. Front hopefully settles down a little bit. Otherwise we'll throw in a acetylene lowering kit in that at some point. But it's on 4 tires, holding wind, other than a valve stem that's leaking, because of course I didn't pay to have them balanced or new valve stems. Come on now. Well, we are getting close. Firing this up again, testing the shift machine, and see if we can get it out of here. It's a slippery, muddy mess. But at least we got Universe tires now or whatever. So I'm out of bite. No, they're probably just ice skates. It's good. Seems fine. Well, I think I'm done procrastinating. Let's save this. Those aren't cheap. See if we could fire this up. Jam some gears. There was shift juice in it, remember? Didn't smell the greatest, but... Oh yeah. No. Ooh. Yes! Power window works. Doesn't sound good going down. That's all right. Don't worry about the hinge falling off. Boy, it does start right up. Oh. Horn doesn't work. Darn it! Okay. Reverse. Whoops, I missed it. Reverse. There it is. It's going. Neutral, drive. Nope. Yep. Reverse. It's lazy going to drive, but it gets there. Okay. Moment of truce. Brake pedal. Yes! Did it come up? It does come up. No. Yeah, it sticks down. Ooh, that lifter, or whatever that is. Let's go away. We might have brakes. Oh, you bet your bottom you do. This is fantastic. Shifter's loose. I think it's only fronts, but that's all I would do anyway. Rear U-joint is really loose. Oh, this is amazing. Starts, stops, shifts. It's got some quirks here and there, and the engine is very questionable. Let's clean up, see if we can get up this hill. It doesn't look good. I've already gotten stuck. Trying to plan a route. Lots of sticks and logs, rocks, and it's pretty juicy wherever there's grass. Got most of my stuff cleaned up. Well, I should say all my trash. Oh, look, the headlight covers came down. I'll be dipped. Those have been working the whole time. You've probably been yelling at me. I didn't even notice. Huh. Well, anyway, let's jump in and just give her. See what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Door's a little sticky. I can't see nothing. I don't have any Windex, do I? Let's go first gear. Let's try the crawling method first. Can a guy just easing? Yep. Don't want to take out this F-250 oil pan. Easing. Spinning a little bit. Man, this is a lot steeper once you're in a car. Ah! Ah! Come on! Yes! No! Yes! Oh, no! This way? This is not good. Oh, no. I really don't want to go. I wish you guys could see how steep this is. It's not good. Oh, now she's smoking. Ooh, even park is sliding. This is a little sketchy. Little sketchy. Yeah, I'm not sure what angle this is, but it's very not goodly. So I think what I'm gonna do is just gently back down, hope that I don't hit any trees, and then we're gonna have to run at her. You know what I mean? What'd you do today? Oh, off-roaded a luxury Ford car with the sunroof. Ah! Stuck already! Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. No. Oh, we're getting so close. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I think we made it. We're in the clear. Ish. The gravel road's right up here. Well, now that a guy's got her up the hill, should we check on the brake juice? I can't believe it's got brakes. And to think, it only took doing this for 23 or 24 years for a guy to have brakes. Usually the reason they're parked. It's, I think this is the first time I've had receipts of brakes being done right before it was parked. Oh. Yeah, she's pretty near full. Front and rear. That's really good news. That means there's not a leak or a busted line somewhere, but we could put some juice in it. Juice. juice. I wonder if we should overfill. I'm gonna. If we keep pouring this in, it'll flush out a bunch of the old varnished fluid and replenish itself. Juice can gather moisture over time and things of that nature. There. Brand new. Suppose we should do an Italian tune-up, shouldn't we? We should. We'll dump some vitamin B right down the yap. This will clean up the combustion chambers, valves, anything it touches. Should be smoking to high heaven back there. Wow, this 302 is chewing on it really good, actually. Cleaned up the butterfly. Ha! She's tuned. Well, the guy does go ahead and reckon it's about time. We'll figure the rest out as we go. I don't know if it's going to overheat or how the wheel bearings are. They say they're new, how the rear axle bearings are, how the transmission. I mean, it goes forward and first. We got reverse. What else does the guy need? So let's just jam it on the highway and see what happens. Let's get the gasoline and let's see if we can find an automagical car wash. Let's spiff this thing up. It is a luxury car after all. Might as well clean it. Well, here goes something or nothing. Second right away. Come on, third. Probably need more speed. Ooh, slip, and then third. We might need to put some new clutches in the transgression here. All right, pulling onto the pavement, first time in 20 years. We got gears. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. Everything's turning, the steer's fine. Oh, the speedometer doesn't work. It's either a coincidence and it's broken, or they just unplugged it, and that's low miles. See what I'm saying? But man, this ain't bad. I can't see nothing. Oh, it's on the inside. There's like Pam cooking spray on the inside of the windshield. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop and get some rags or something for that. Runs pretty good. That's quickly. Oh, weird. The odometer, or the trip is going, or the odometer is moving, but the speedo isn't. So I think it is hooked up. It's just broken. Temp gauge is rising. I hope the fuel gauge works. That would be nice. Clock is busted. Got static on the radio. Probably need to find a tape, a cassette of some kind. Anywho's, let's find a fuel station And I'm gonna see if we can find an automagical car wash to spiff this thing up a little bit. Well, a guy actually had to drive quite a ways, but found a fuel station. And we're putting 93 in, not because we need it, but because the best solution for pollution is dilution. So the 93 will mix with the 72 that's in it, and hopefully give us something here. The old Galaxy's got a little muddy. Darn it. We'll try to fix that. Well, we got 14 gallons. Fuel gauge does not work. I digital mapped on my machine here, my pocket computer. There is a automagical down the road. So let's head over there and scrub this thing. All right. Oh, I didn't think about the heat. It is hot in here. Okay, they got a guy spraying the wand to start. I like that. Got some pre-treat bug zappo or something. He just fell, don't worry about that. Clock out before you do that, guy. He's back. I think he's spraying the rear now. Oh, it is hot in here. I can't believe the digital window works. We'll keep that cracked until we absolutely need to close it. You know what I mean? Let's see what kind of foamage they got. That's pretty good so far. I don't know why it's got to be different color. Oh, I forgot about the moon roofs. We got blue, we got green, we got yeller. I think I just heard the antenna get ripped off. I'm fairly satisfied with the soap level. As long as the Galaxies get clean, I'll be happy. All right. Sure. Still have my mirrors. Ah! It's like where's the wipers in this? Oh, I just smeared leaves and all sorts of stuff everywhere. They work though. Not a lot of pressure though. Kind of a dainty spray. Like a broken hose or something over there. It doesn't leak that bad. I mean, a little bit on the moon roof. Other than that, golden. All right, we're gonna go a wee bit down the trail to O'Reilly. Get a rag for the inside. And then we'll hit the road again. I don't know what this stuff is, but it got applied liberally. And now it's just smearing. Gotta try to get all this off. All right, I guess we're ready. Let's hit the road. See if we encounter any issues, get some miles down. We should be able to make it back by dark, but you never know what's gonna happen. Got us a go Tennessee traffic jam. Been going very, very slow, stop and go traffic. The good news is, if this is accurate, it's not heating up at all. That's great. Well, car's doing great. Really, the only complaint to have right now is the passenger window won't roll down, so it's a dang old sauna in there. I'm gonna get something to wet the back neck. The fuel gauge, I think, all of a sudden started working as well. So the dash is coming back alive. It's not getting hot. I am smelling a bunch of mouth stuff and the oil burning off. That's really typical though. Getting these rigs fired back up. Everything is going good. Get fueled up here and hit the road again. Yeah. You know, I think you could tell a real southerner by whether they choose a Mountain Dew or a sun drop. I'm surprised how many people have not had a sun drop. I also got my supper. Peanut butter banana. We're trying this time. This is a citrus soda of the South. She's got a bite to her. All right, car's doing good enough. I think we're gonna jam this on the interstate for a little bit. See what happens. The speedometer is kind of coming back around-ish. I wish the clock would start working. Tried the radio a few times. I get nothing but static. Hip, hip. There it is. All right. Well, the guy is pretty confident we're gonna make it. We got about 35, 40 miles left. Jump on some back roads here, wind back to the barn. It's been a beautiful day. What a good drive. Well, the 1977 Ford LTD has arrived back home to Vice Grip Garage. Let's check that engine noise. I'm thinking I'm still hearing it a little bit, but maybe it's improved a tickle. It's still there a little, but it has improved for sure. It's not as clanky. It's definitely top end. It's not a bottom end noise, but it's not as prominent as before. But she runs pretty smooth. A little bit of oil coming out of the valve cover, but we had the ears pinned back on this there the last little bit of the trip, just feeding her the onions. But quite honestly, was a really good drive. This thing goes down the highway great. About snoozed off a couple times. You know, it's like driving grandma's couch basically. The car's growing on me a little bit. You know, the 70s, 80s boats are pretty cool cars. The color is, you know, kind of weird, the opera window. But then you got 265 white letters. So you're, you know, it's like spaghetti noodles with Alfredo sauce. Is that right? Or is it marinara? I don't know. We just don't know. It's got jips and tips. It's got a few good things, but first time on the road after 20 years, I could not have asked for a better road trip. And we got another one saved. It runs, it drives, it stops. We're gonna rehome the thing. Thanks guys for watching. Appreciate you guys so very much. Hey, if you're not subscribed, please do that. It's free, no obligation. Just click the button and you'll get a notification when the next new video comes out. We'll see you guys very soon.